Hello, my dear students of Benguet State University. Welcome to our online class. I am your teacher, Jan Lasea.
Ladies and gentlemen, a blessed day to everyone. This is my lecture on our laboratory subject of IT 125, Systems Integration and Architecture 1. When you were in first year, you learned structured programming in Java programming language. It is easy to learn structured programming in PHP programming language because the semantics or meaning is the same with Java programming language. We adjust ourselves the syntax or format of PHP programming language to learn a second programming language. Structured programming is a method used to design and code programs in a systematic and organized manner. Decision or selection structures. Decision or selection structures command the CPU to do decision making. Number 1. The if statement. There are two syntaxes of the if statement. The first syntax, we write the keyword if followed by a conditional expression enclosed by parentheses. Provide a one statement as decision statement. If the condition is true, then the statement is executed by the server CPU. Otherwise, when the condition is false, then the server ends the if statement. The second syntax has a block statement enclosed by curly braces. You can place more than one statement inside the block statement. If the condition is true, then the block statement is executed by the server CPU. Otherwise, if the condition is false, then the server CPU ends the if statement. For example, the variable $A is initialized to 5, $B initialized to 3. If $A greater than $B is 5 greater than 3 is true, then the statement echo command is executed by the server CPU, and it will display 5 greater than 3 on the web page. Another example, the value of the variable $A is initialized to 5, $B initialized to 3. Here we have the same if statement that has a curly braces as a block statement. And you can place as many statements within the open and end curly brace, not only one command. Number 2. If-else statement. There are two syntaxes of if-else statement. The first syntax, we write the keyword if followed by the conditional expression enclosed by parentheses. Provide one statement as the first decision statement. Next, we write the keyword else. Provide one statement as second decision statement. If the condition is true, then the first decision statement is executed by the server CPU. Otherwise, when the condition is false, the second decision statement under the else keyword is executed by the server CPU. The second syntax has a block statement enclosed by curly braces on both the if and else. You can place more than one statement inside the block statement. If the condition is true, then the first block statement is executed by the server CPU. Otherwise, when the condition is false, the second block statement under the else keyword is executed by the server CPU. For example, there is a variable $A initialized to 5, $B initialized to 3. We have if-else statement. If $A greater than $B, which is true, 5 greater than 3, which is true, then the CPU will select the first decision, which is this statement. The second example added the block statement open and end curly brace between if and else so that you can place as many statements inside. Number 3, if-else if statement. The if-else if statement is a chain of if-else statement that provides plenty of options or decisions to choose only one. The first syntax has only one statement per if-else if, while the second syntax has a block statement per if-else if statement. The logic is when a condition is true, then the server CPU executes the statement. When the condition is false, then the server CPU evaluates the next condition until there is a result of true. For example, $A initialized to 5, $B initialized to 3. We have if-else statement. If the condition $A greater than $B is true, therefore the echo statement is executed by the CPU, server CPU. Otherwise, if it is all false, then the next condition under else if $A is less than or equal to $B will be evaluated by the server CPU, and if it is true, therefore the echo or second decision statement is executed by the CPU. Number 4, the switch statement. The switch statement provides plenty of options or decisions to choose only one. The syntax, we write the keyword switch followed by a variable enclosed by parentheses. The body of the switch is enclosed by curly braces. We write the keyword case followed by a constant value and ended by a colon, followed by statements and ended by the command break. The default keyword is optional. The default decision statement is executed by the server CPU when there is no match of case from above. The command break, when executed by the server CPU, indicates to stop or end the evaluation of the switch statement. For example, the variable $UserAction contains the string save, and the CPU will move to the switch, and then it will evaluate the value of the variable that is specified under this parenthesis, which is the $UserAction. And the first case will be compared with the current value of the $UserAction, which is save. So it will compare if save equal to open and it does not match. Therefore, the next case will be compared. Is save value is equal to the current value of the $UserAction save, and it matches. Therefore, the CPU will call the function save and execute the code within that function, and then after that it will execute the break command and it will stop evaluating the next case and it ends the switch decision statement. However, if for example the $UserAction contains a value that it does not match with the value of the first case open, the second case save, the third case close, automatically the server CPU will execute the default statement. Let us open up the laboratory hands-on activity number 3 from the laboratory manual in our web browser. And here it is. It will prompt us to enter the weight in pounds. And I will enter 130 pounds. And I need to type the height in inches. I will type this value. And then I click the submit request. The server CPU will calculate the body mass index and then determine if the weight is normal, obsolete, or underweight. The calculated body mass index is 20.98 and then the weight is normal. Let us look at the code of this activity number 3. On the index HTML, it will display a form with an action compute.php. The method is paused, and it will display a label containing the message, please enter your weight in pounds, followed by a input command with a type text, which is a text box. The attribute name is name text weight. This value name text weight will be referenced in our post command in our PHP. The next label will display the message, please enter your height in inches, followed by a text box with the name text height. And then there is a one submit button with a caption, submit request. Let us look at the compute.php. The code written in PHP, we can see there is a constant variable declared kilograms per pound containing the constant value decimal 0.45, 35, 92, 37. Another constant variable declared meters per inch containing this fixed value 0.0254. Next to that, we call the $_post to get the value of the weight that was sent by the client, and then another $post text height, and it will store those values, weight and height, respectively to the $weight variable and $height variable. After which, it will calculate the conversion from kilograms to pound and meters to inch. And then it will calculate the BMI using the BMI formula. And then after that, we can see a application of the decision or selection structures, which is the if-else-if decision statement. Here is your assignment. On pages 9 to 10 of the laboratory manual, solve the laboratory hands-on exercise number 2. If you are assigned set A, then solve set A. Otherwise, solve set B. I posted your laboratory hands-on exercise number 2 in our Google Classroom. Please answer and accomplish it.
That ends our topic for today. I hope you have learned in my class. Thank you for watching. Carry on until tomorrow. God bless us.